What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Brunch Gimmick. I am Laurence Cartier, and this hasn't been like a 300-hour fever dream from last Sunday where I'm just still stuck here streaming. Because my God, that almost killed my back by the end. Stuff was cramping up that I didn't know could cramp up by like hour 11:30. But I'm this week joined first by like returning friend Mike. Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm good. It's morning hours, so my day hasn't had enough time to go off the rails yet.
Yeah. And almost every week, I'm joined here by the handsome man, the voice of Love Wrestling, Big Bad Boris. Boris, how are you doing?
That intro needs a lot less of the rest of those guys and a lot more of me. I'm good. I'm worried for you today. I'm worried for your sanity and your life.
Yeah.
I understand what it's like to be a passionate sports fan. And I hope the best for you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm going to be anxiety fueled from pretty much now till like 10 p.m. tonight. JPJ in the chat, just being straight up wrong. Good for you. That's dearly noted. Your little thing. Cute that you have the Chiefs scoring 33 points for the first time this season against the best defense in the league. But yeah, please don't let facts get in the way of putting scores up. I
wonder who you're rooting for in the Super Bowl today, Laurence.
I don't know. I honestly don't have a team.
No. My team's been out like three teams ago now. The fuck. Poor Ravens.
Yeah, I know. I was rooting for
Ravens. Lamar Jackson was robbed.
Yep. Like, I felt Saquon should have got, like, I honestly think the MVP, we're also going to be tier listing today, gimmick matches. So I've got all set up. I'll put that up in a minute. And
I love it.
But, like, I think the MVP race, like, doesn't work so much right now because it's straight up almost a quarterback award. Like, especially how you see people voted, like, Saquon should have gotten more votes because he, like, again, I'm obviously biased, but like he always came within 100 yards of making history. Like, if he played that last game, he's going to make history. He's probably going to make history today because he's 30 yards from having the full season record of rushing yards. He's 30 yards from like playoffs and regular season.
Almost certainly getting 30 yards today.
Yeah. So like he should have gotten more points, but it is becoming a QB war. Like, I honestly think one of the ways to fix is to make it like an NFC MVP and an AFC MVP, and have those two like fight it out for the league MVP. So you at least have more people who can get like some consideration on either side. Like, it should have been like Lamar thing on one side, and like I don't know who else in the NFC was there. Could have been there with Saquon. But like it also, because like a lot of those teams don't play each other, the competition is not the same. Mm-hmm. So like, of course, you can have some teams that just run up the score and other have the chance to run up the score and get better stats throughout the years, like throughout the season.
I've got an idea for us while we're on the sports talk. I've decided to look. How would we like to build my Super Bowl parlay on the show together today?
I'm bad at betting. I am so bad. Are you going like national? How long the national anthem is?
No. It's all game performance stats.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what a parlay is. You have to enlighten me. I'm not a gambler.
It's basically make one small bet, but you've got it like to win like all the
a multi-leg bet.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
So you need basically like 10 things to hit.
They all have to hit to pay.
Yeah.
They all have to hit to pay out. But the more legs you add to your parlay, then the higher the odds are multiplicative.
Okay,
so,
fair.
So like I could turn a $500 bet or a $5, not 500. I should say I could turn like a $5 bet into like a $500 bet. But I'd need like 7 things to happen in the game, and if one of them misses, the bet's off.
Yeah.
So
like they also allow you to like at a certain point, if like you're like 6 or 7, you can like buy out and get a certain amount of money.
Okay.
So like it's sort of like deal or no deal, where like you can go hope for like that last one to hit, but you can also get some money.
Interesting. Okay.
Like some.
All right, you hang out with Boris for a second. I got to log into FanDuel and add money. So in the interest of not having in the interest of people not just staring at the top of my head, I'll be back in a.
So one of the big news coming out of this week, sadly, before we get to the tier ranks, is the WWE did do another release, a batch release, sort of spread out throughout the week. Right now, the final list is the Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering, Blair Davenport, the Good Brothers, Sonya Deville, Cedric Alexander, Giovanni Vinci, and like I think one of the most surprising ones is Isla Dawn, who just came off being tag team champion. The women's tag team champion not long ago, like a few months ago. They lost the titles. Like I felt like Isla Dawn had a like big, like barely scratched the surface with her. That one's like a young NXT, someone who just called up from NXT. You had Giovanni Vinci, who even when they first split, I said on Twitter on the show. Oh yes, Duke Hucken, but he was gone in January. He wasn't part of like the batch releases from this week. Alicia, how are you doing? Got Spencer in the chat saying he's going to take the over on Travis proposing to Taylor Swift. I don't think that's happening. I don't think they're doing a in-stadium proposal. I think it's going to be one of those where like they propose quietly, and then I don't even think she sells the pictures to like people. Like some of the, like I think she's too big of a celebrity to do that. But like one of those like they propose quietly. And then it gets like the news thing, but I don't think she's doing it at the Super Bowl because that also would mean that he would win, and that would make me very angry. He doesn't need another one.
But if you're a Taylor Swift fan,
she's actually from Pennsylvania and was originally an Eagles fan.
I think the
by the way,
Kelce
you should
breakup
cheer for the
album,
Eagles. The real one,
Kelce breakup album is going to be fire. If you're a Taylor Swift fan.
Yeah.
Nikki
Bella, mentioning Nikki Bella, Eagles fan as well, both Bella twins.
I have returned.
Not a regular WWE viewer, but I don't think a lot of those guys were involved in the mix too much.
Yeah, like I think
I'm not a regular viewer.
Like a lot of them were just recently, or like a few months ago, taken off TV. Like I'd say Isla Dawn, maybe one of the more recent ones. Cedric Alexander wrestled one match recently. Not long ago, and hasn't been back on TV.
Do you think in 90 days we see him in the Hurt Syndicate Business Raider experience?
I mean, I think so, but also like things did not end well with Tony Khan and his wife.
Who was Cedric's wife?
Big Swole.
Yeah,
it did not. Fair I don't
enough.
know. They would have to like. I think it would probably, ironically, the Hurt Business. It's a business decision between both sides. But like Tony Khan, one of the more like sort of unprofessional things for him was he went far and away to blast the talent that released him. It was.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like when she was just advocating for like more black talent online because she was at the time.
Yeah.
Like it was like not a thing departure, and like it depends. Like I could also see him in TNA, which is like, and again he could kill it on the like. He's one of those people who like would be amazing to see on the indies, do another indie run like a.
He and Mustafa Ali have a lot of history, so TNA can really tap into that.
Exactly, but yeah,
right.
like Sonny Deville also was recently in a group, the Pure Fusion Collectives.
I'm just oh god, I'm thinking about the last time the Good Brothers were at AEW.
Yeah. Like Good Brothers probably could make another return to Japan. It's funny because they had like everyone was all excited about like the like Bullet Club potential in WWE with like Tungaloa and stuff that just got signed there, and they like AJ Styles just returned. So like
Finn
any of the
Balor.
Good Brothers, Finn Balor, like they could have done like one big match there, like the Good Brothers and like AJ Styles versus like some of the Bloodline members.
They did none of that.
Yeah, none of that.
It's one of those things I think that without the trademark, it's just not as special. Like I could never get behind Team 3D because they just weren't the Dudley Boys. And I know they are the Dudley Boys, but does that make sense? Without that trademark and branding, it's just not the same to me.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they didn't go with that. Maybe they just didn't think that enough of the fans would know all that stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, like
what do I
know? Someone like a Giovanni Vinci, who like in the moment, I'm almost certain I said on the show, like I cringed that when like the week they broke up. I'm like, they didn't build him up as like a like baby face you wanted, like you felt bad. It was just like he just got randomly jumped by his teammate, and there's like no build behind it at all. And like the writing on the wall here is not looking good for him. Like he got
jumped. He just got jumped out for no for nothing.
100%. Like and like they tried to rebuild it, but like his new character was too much like his former tag team partner's character, which is like, I'm European and very pretty and better than you, except this one he's just sort of a loser. He just lost every match super quick.
Hey guys.
Yep.
I need from each of you an anytime touchdown scorer today.
A what?
Someone who's going to score a touchdown anytime in the game.
Someone. Oh, I don't know enough about these guys. Well, I mean, that Saquon guy is going to score one, right?
All right. Anytime, first half, second half, or just anytime?
First half. I'm not financially or legally responsible for any of this, am I?
No, not at all. It's okay. It's okay. This is. Okay. You're also not financially or legally entitled to any profits of the winnings of this bet either. You're not responsible.
Second half rushing touchdown. Or sorry, second quarter rushing touchdown.
Okay, well, it's the first half. Cool. You got one for me, Lawrence? How about you, chat? You got one for me?
I would say Jalen Hurts second half touchdown.
Okay. Whoa, we got a fat parlay. I also took the money line on the Eagles to win.
Oh, don't do that. Don't put pressure on the Eagles.
Oh no, I'm putting pressure on the Eagles.
God, I want it so bad. They need.
I'm putting
It's
Taylor like Swift shown on TV over 12 times. You know what?
Over on that.
Oh God, I wonder if they're gonna. Guaranteed their booths are far apart, but if Trump and Taylor are seen like together, or like I'm sure people are made sure to keep them apart. But
is please tell me there's a prop bet on Taylor Swift.
There's gotta be.
There's definitely like I think the getting proposed to is an actual pros bet. Or whether she like comes out and performs with Kendrick Lamar, which I don't think so.
I just thought of a horrible prop bet. I don't even want to say it out loud because it's so stupid, but I'm going to put it in the private chat for you guys because it's not something that I will say out loud.
Oh, wow.
What's the prop bet?
No, I'm wondering if there is one, but this is such a terrible thing that I will not say it out loud. It's in the private chat.
Yeah. No, there's
I could see some buddy
No, that
having
place-
that.
No, that place is entirely too locked down. But yeah, he is surprisingly the first president to go to a game, which makes sense because it's already a security hassle to get in that game in the first place. Like it's already like a crazy, and this is just adding on and spending an insane amount of taxpayer money. I think it costs like the taxpayers $4 million for him to go to this game.
Do you find it interesting? It's looking like WWE seems to be following Super Bowl again, because wasn't Super Bowl in Vegas last year? Mania in Vegas this year. There's rumors that New Orleans is getting Mania next year. They've done this before, though. I think too, haven't they? Because did it with 31. I want to say that Levi Stadium, that new stadium, was Super Bowl was there, and then Mania was there. I wonder if there's anything to that, or if it's just coincidence.
I think it's also like it helps them see how they hold a big event too.
Fair.
And like it gives them a good look at what like those size crowds and dealing with that like international sort of audience flying in.
Well, they've already done Superdome twice anyway. So.
Yeah.
All right, I'm putting the Eagles at over 23.5 points.
I want to say fair. Like I'm interested to see how they're going to do against the Chiefs defense.
Okay, I've played this parlay, and we'll see how it goes. And maybe I'll just play one more to counter it. One of them will hit, hopefully.
Yeah. But yes, as for like to just close out the WWE bases, like Office of Pain was also a weird one because they were like some of these were just on TV with like they were just in a group, which is like weird. They got thrown out. Like same thing with Sonya Deville was literally just in a group. Although like she was the odd woman out of the ones that were in the Royal Rumble. She was in the Royal Rumble. The two other members were. Like it was weird. Like the timing for all this seems very weird.
Mm-hmm.
For like some of them, yeah, they've been off TV for a while and it makes sense. Some of them have recently been on TV and in storylines. So weird that they just sort of yanked them and like cut bait. But like, luckily, we live in a time where there's so much paying jobs for them that it's not as like how.
Yeah, the landscape is pretty plentiful right now for places to work. It's just that 90 days sucks, but they get paid for that 90 days, I assume. So take a vacation. Yeah,
well, like again, a lot of these people I hope to see either on the independents or sign with TNA or AEW or like New Japan. I can see
LPW.
Yeah, they can show up at LPW at any time.
Hey, LB Dub.
I would like to see Isla Dawn and LPW. Well, Isla Dawn versus Zoe Sager. Like Cedric Alexander against literally anyone on that roster.
Yep, sign it up. I'll call that.
Yeah. But yes, today, in the spirit, I guess, of halftime heat and things, I set up another tier list.
I love it.
Of the top gimmick matches. I will share a screen. Got to switch everything around.
I'm excited for this.
I've never done a tier list before. I'm a virgin.
It's a fun time. Love a tier list.
Wait, yeah, there we go. Let me see if there's a better one. Nope. Laurence toys around with things.
I'm getting dizzy.
Nope.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. I can't really see it though. Oh no. So let me go down. This one. There we go. So the first one, the S tier, it's sort of like almost always a classic. Great, but underutilized. Fun, but overused. Why are we doing this in Punjabi prison? It's the lowest tier.
I wonder which tier the Punjabi prison match is going to go in.
So the first one is I Quit match. Where do you think like I Quit matches rank? Is it like sort of an S tier great match?
Because there's been some really damn good. There's been some classic I Quit matches like Funk and Flair and even poor.
Actually, sorry, this one's a submission match. My bad.
Submission?
Oh, fuck it. It's I Quit.
Okay.
And poor Foley getting his head destroyed at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
When was the last I Quit match they had? They haven't had an I Quit match in a minute.
I'm gonna say great, but underutilized. That's my vote. Is that how this works? I just say what I think.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yeah, the last I Quit match was AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes in June.
Oh yeah, he used like fake hitting with the stairs, then like hit him with the stairs anyways.
Edge and Finn Balor
he had him handcuffed
in
to the
2022. Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey in 2022. They get one in every couple of years. So I guess not underutilized. Always a classic, I guess. Like, I don't know. None of them seem to be poorly rated, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
why not?
I can't think of a genuine stinker of an I Quit match off the top of my head. No.
No.
All right. Here's a fun one Zach threw in there. The blindfold match.
Oh, God. Why are we doing this?
Why? It's only good if it happens at Mystery Wrestling.
It's only good if it happens in like 1986. If it happens now, it's like, like Rick Martel and Jake was interesting just because it was 1986 and we'd never seen anything like it. Now it's just dumb.
I
challenge Thaddeus Archer to a blindfold match.
I love it.
I Love Wrestling did one.
If Cecil Nix is involved, I'm like 100% on board for a blindfold match.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Punjabi prison.
Oh, you're even harsher than me. Okay, I'm on board with that too.
Welcome to the Punjabi. I agree. Yeah, I welcome to the Punjabi prison. Like you need somebody because you can't do it seriously. Like there's no way for this to it's a comedy gimmick match. What is this? Can't tell. Yes, it's the on a pole. On a pole match.
Well. You don't see on a pole much anymore, do you? Now that I think about it.
For good reason, I think,
got a very strange. Yeah. Like they did a bunch of ones that really didn't age well with the women.
WCW kind of beat it into the ground.
Yeah.
Fun but overused, I would say. Just based on they'd probably be cool if WCW didn't do 100 of them towards the end of their run and just kill the concept to me.
I actually was talking to MRB the other day about it on a pole match I want to do on a Thursday night. So, I would agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I'm with you both. It does have a little bit of the drama of a ladder match where you're trying to reach up and trying to climb up, but also it could tend to be very, very silly. And
Judy Bagwell on a forklift.
God, why are we doing this? Yeah,
never
that's
die.
exactly what I'm thinking.
On a forklift match, bring that shit back.
Yep. I mean, the United States is killing OSHA, so you don't need to be forklift certified anymore, baby.
I am
no fucking rule.
Yeah, well, luckily that matters here in Canada still.
Yeah. Speaking of no rules, the next one is the what we call it, weird because there's different names for it. Because the four corner, you're not leather strap, not quite a dog collar match.
Is it touch all the corners Indian strap match thing?
Oh, the strap match. Yeah, no, the strap match with the four corner touch. Boo. The strap match where it's you're still looking for a pinfall or a submission, but you just happen to be bound together. That's
just
great.
There to be a weapon. Yeah. Again, strap match touching all four corners. If this was 1986 in Georgia, yes. Any other time, no.
Yeah, that hasn't been fun for at least 3 decades.
But the strap just there to be a weapon, I'm on board with that.
Dog collar match,
Yeah,
yes.
like-
Strap match, no.
That's exactly.
I don't know.
I think
I don't know if
dog
it's
collar
Punjabi
matches are
prison
good.
bad, but like, why are we doing this for me?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
All these Home Depot
Like
ads are bumming me out.
Bro, the ads on this site are crazy.
Well, we had that with Sporkle last night, which was a lot of fun, by the way. Some hard. Can you name every European champion? It's way harder than you think.
Oh god, I think I can maybe name 4 if I'm
Oh.
lucky. I don't want to go. I don't want to dip into that
Yeah.
now.
No,
but
no,
like
no.
shit, I'm thinking
Yeah.
about it in my head, and maybe after the show, I'll run down my list
Yeah.
with you. And you can tell me how close I was.
All right, what's our next gimmick match?
The ladder match.
I'm gonna say it's. I'm torn between fun but overused and always a classic, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't think there's.
I was trying to think like what can we call each tier.
There's some that are kind of like this didn't need to be a ladder match, but then there's some ladder matches where I'm like, that's one of the greatest matches of all time.
Because there's like,
I think
there's like a ladder match, and then there's a match with a ladder in it, which are two different things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say ladder match, always a classic. Match with
I felt
a ladder,
that more for
fun but overused.
Yeah, I could. Yeah,
yeah. Like I felt.
Yeah.
I agree more, but like, well, I agree with Mike said, but like more for TLC matches. I feel like they are like ones that like sometimes they say TLC and it's not really a TLC match, or like they like I think the ladder matches they're better at sticking to the gimmick. Like we literally the one we just had between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes.
That was a good
They
ladder match.
strictly stuck to ladders and beat their shit. Yeah, that was an amazing. Like they absolutely killed that. Like it was like we are going to use the ladder in every way possible.
I think I'm really kind of siding with Boris on this too, where like if it's billed as a ladder match, it's usually pretty fucking good. The notion of just like every street fight hardcore match of any kind just having some kind of ladder spot in it, that's overused.
Yeah.
You're picking up what I'm putting down. I like it.
I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down. I think always a classic.
Yeah.
I think specifically the ladder match is always a classic. Yeah.
Next up, another one in the similar genre that's like ingrained in WWE history, the Hell in a Cell match.
Fun but overused.
I was gonna say also fun but overused, because when it was used to blow off a feud, fantastic. Now that it's just a pay-per-view for the sake of being a pay-per-view, I think they ruined Hell in a Cell a little bit, because back when it was, you would see it maybe once every 16 months to blow off a feud. You're like, oh shit, it's Hell in a Cell.
These guys really hate each. Yeah, like it's like when I see a lights out match in AEW or like a Texas Death match in AEW, I'm like, okay, they really hate each other if it's gotten to this point, versus it's doing it constantly like on a pay-per-view, and just to have one every 12 months. You're getting 2 Hell in a Cell matches. One's going to have men, one's going to have women, and it's going to be a whole event based around it.
I would say like recently Triple H has sort of gone back to the old, like this is a payoff to a feud match. I think they killed off the Hell in a Cell match, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view last year. Like I think,
okay,
like so like that's why CM Punk, I don't think it was at Hell in a Cell this year. Like I think it was another Survivor Series. No, it wasn't Survivor Series. That's the thing. The Drew McIntyre thing match. Something like which was it SummerSlam? Am I insane? I think it was at SummerSlam, the Hell in a Cell match. I can't remember. Yeah, but like I think the Triple H has gone back to the which is better. But like again, it brings down, your guys are right. It brings down the curve. Like there's like certain there's like one or a few of them that sort of bring down the curve, like the Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins match. With the giant hammer. Like that was like peak Vince McMahon not getting a character booking and just going over the top with it.
A no contest in a match with no rules.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I love rope breaks and death matches. I pop so hard for that. You can stab this guy in the fucking eye with this giant piece of glass, but if you don't break that hole, boy, you're out of here, pal. Big fan of rope breaks and death matches. Anyway,
So where are we going with Hell in a Cell?
Fun but overused, I believe, is what we've gone with.
That's my vote.
Yeah. Next one, not so much a staple anymore, but like staple of early 90s and things, the Anywhere Falls match.
I miss it.
I like a good falls count anywhere.
I miss a good falls count anywhere.
Falls
count. Does this make it our first qualifier for great but underutilized?
I would tend to agree with you, sir.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I mean, talk about like halftime heat, where like again the
amazing.
Mick Foley does say in his book that the camera it was like they used a bad shot in the thing, because if they had to use any other shot to finish from, because they had a weird shot where they shoot it from the rocks angle, give him like the pallet falling on top of him from the forklift, and he's like any other shot that defending looked great, but like that was a fun match between The Rock and Mankind. Had it like you've had some really fun ones where like you can also show off the like backstage like parking lot brawls and stuff like those are like stuff that's also made for video games and stuff. Like it was like those matches also add a level of unpredictability too.
WCW had a whole video game that didn't even have a ring in it. I can't imagine why that company went out of business.
Backstage brawl. So great but underutilized is absolutely fair.
Also, Chris Jericho versus Roderick Strong was a Falls Count Anywhere match where he got pinned outside the arena.
Yeah.
That was a fun time. The best of 7 Elite versus Death Triangle had a Falls Count Anywhere in it. That was great.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And now we're going in the same vein. Street Fight.
I'm gonna say that is fun but overused.
Yeah,
it's just easy. But there's so many different kinds of street fights and hardcore matches and extreme rules. Like it's all the same thing.
It's all the same.
The women's division in AEW has put like the street fight into like a highly regarded status of match for me now. Like if I see AEW's got a street fight on the card and it's in their women's division, I'm like, okay, this is certified classic. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And then any other time, I'm like, okay, it might be okay. So it's so weird. It's like
I think WWE has a chance. They WWE definitely overdoes it because like any house show they do local city street fight. And there's going to be a kendo stick spot, a garbage can spot, and a table spot, and it finishes with a table spot. Like they put it on pretty much like every house show card. And
go ahead. It's weird because it's like there's some times when I know it's going to be fire, and then there's a lot of times where I'm like, okay, I guess fun. I guess fun but overused.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. But again, you're 100% right about the AEW women's matches. Like they take their, especially like it on the bigger promotions, it's taken a good time to get a violent match on TV, and they don't lose their chance to do something special with it.
Yeah,
like women don't get a lot of chance to bleed on television. And a lot of them like relish the opportunity to do something creative and fun, which I like to see. Yes. The lumberjack match. Why
are we doing this?
I don't mind a lumber. I'm an old man though. I don't mind a lumberjack match. You can kind of go through multiple storylines in one match for the lumberjack. How about the lumberjack strap match? Now we're cooking with gas.
What about how about a zombie lumberjack match?
All right, now you're just being silly.
Am I? Because it's happened.
I know. I'm aware.
I don't know if I'm being silly.
All right, I am pro lumberjack match, but I'm okay being outvoted.
But if you're gonna do like that zombie match, they should have committed to the bit, and like I think the Miz should have died for like a few months. Like they if you're gonna have zombies, somebody should have died, been killed off.
Zombie Miz, the
Like,
Miz zombie.
Same thing with AJ Styles in a match.
Miz
We'll talk.
zombie.
Well, it wasn't really, yeah.
Mike Miz zombie.
But yeah, like I remember like there was a period where WWE did do them like a few times with like a few months in like the early 2000s. There was like I remember seeing quite a few of them for a bit.
I've never seen a lumberjack match get announced and got excited for a lumberjack match to be announced. I've just been like, oh, okay, a lumberjack match is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I guess that's true.
I've never popped for the announcement of a lumberjack match. I've never been like, oh, it's on now. They're having a lumberjack match.
And now you're making me feel like an asshole.
That's just I'm like, okay, I'm indifferent on the lumberjack match. I'm like, I have complete and total apathy about lumberjack matches. They exist.
All right. Fair enough. That's why
so where do you want to put it?
A democracy works.
I don't know.
This? It's looking like
I don't know. I don't know where I put him. I guess like it's why are we doing this for me? But I don't know. It depends on what Lawrence votes as well.
Yeah, I'll agree with you because I will agree with you on that one. Like, I agree with what Lishi says. Like, if they have a person, like it'd have to be a very cowardly heel type deal who like the stories like they keep running away or don't want to face this person. And like they're getting forced. It's also basically a match to like give something to the people in catering who aren't doing much that day. And like, all right, let's just take the people out of catering to surround the ring and give them like a little bonus on their paycheck for like getting some TV time. But yeah,
I guess that's why they worked so much better back in the day. Too.
Like I've never been like fully excited for a lumberjack match.
There's not really a lot of cowardly heels anymore, so maybe the lumberjack match is kind of passe. That's a good point. Good point.
Next one, the casket match.
I mean, the casket match doesn't work for anybody other than Undertaker. So I mean, let's be honest with ourselves here.
Do the recent coffin matches in AEW count as casket matches? Because it's the same thing with a different box.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a cheaper box.
Either way, either way, I don't think I've seen one where I've been like that fucking sucked ass. Like I think they've all been classics.
So where do you put it then? You're putting it under classic? You know what? Actually, I'm on board with that. Now that I think about it.
Casket match wise, it's the Undertaker ones have been great, right?
Yeah.
Coffin match.
I did enjoy what Darby Allin doing the coffin drop into the coffin. You know what? Yeah, you've convinced me. I'm easily swayed. This is why I'm not in a gang.
Yeah, I'm thinking upper echelon. Mike made a good point. AEW has done a great job of utilizing the casket as a weapon. Like having Darby Allin in those matches.
The one
perfect for him.
The one where the inside of the lid was all thumbtacked. I think that was versus Brody King. Genius. Oh. Also, like the tag team one at All In with Swerve and Christian. Against Sting and Darby. Yeah. Oh, love a coffin match.
All right, gentlemen, I hate to eat and run, but I have to go pick up the child so he can come over to watch the game. So I'm going to have to bail a few minutes early, but I appreciate the tier list. That was fun. And thanks, guys. I hope that I hope the Eagles win.
Hell yeah. Go Birds.
Boris, do you have anything to plug? Saturday Night Love is a special one this weekend, right?
Saturday Night Love. We are going to do a watch along of Grand Slam. Time to be announced when all the slam dunking is over. Then That'll be on. Is Dynamite Tuesday or Wednesday this year? I'm hearing conflicting reports. Are they taping Tuesday, airing Wednesday?
I think it's a Tuesday air, but I don't know.
Well, whenever Dynamite's on, I'll be doing a watch along for that as well. So yeah, and you can follow my social media on all the thingies down there. Thanks, guys.
Hey.
Perfect.
Have a great day.
Thanks, Boris.
Bye, Boris.
You too.
See you.
All righty. Now we can close this out. So
All
we're
right.
putting
So this
Casket
was-
Match into Always a Classic.
All right.
The next one is a similar vein. We've got the Buried Alive match.
I can't remember hating any of
been a
these, but I was
little
like,
while
I
since
feel like I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was a kid last time I watched one. I don't know. They're probably always a classic, I think, but
Yeah. Like they always served a purpose of taking at least more or less, like if you show up the next day, you can't show up the next day as Raw when you get buried alive. Like you're writing this person off for a few months. Like when they decided to kill the dead man, the American Badass Undertaker, and bring back the dead man character.
can we
Used there?
Can we consider it great but underutilized because they could probably bring it back?
Yeah.
Surely you could bring back a Buried Alive match, right?
Yeah, like maybe with the White Six or something. Like you those spooky characters.
Yeah.
Can have like a blood feud thing in the group. Like
I'd like to see what an AEW take on a Buried Alive match would be.
Yeah. Like, I mean, TNA can do one since they're like one of the best with murder.
Yeah.
They murder.
You gotta. I
one of the
appreciate.
things I felt is they should have killed off Speedball.
I appreciate TNA for
like
the
French
fact
Evans
that
should have murdered
like,
Speedball. Yeah.
I appreciate TNA for the fact that they'll just kill somebody to write them off when they get like when they don't re-sign with the company.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you.
Also,
like,
they just have some character.
Sorry,
they just have some characters in TNA also that could probably thematically just get away with a Buried Alive match.
100%.
I'm calling it underutilized.
Yeah.
It's nice that the last it's nice that the last one it has its own category and we just know where to put it.
I don't know. I'm leaning to great but underutilized. The Punjabi prison. Where does it go?
Like I guess it goes in Punjabi prison, but I'm putting the asterisk on it of GCW did a good one.
Yeah,
I liked I liked the GCW Punjabi prison match at the Collective last year.
Like shout out to Big Vin who built that thing tirelessly and had to like putting that up because like he didn't have like a massive WWE crew like prop crew building that was him doing his best.
Yep.
And man, they beat the hell of each other in that match. Like,
yeah,
it's one of those things that could like I could see it in their heads, like at least the WWE who like did it like thinking it could be cool, but in practice it is terrible for the live crowd because like it is you're watching a match in a mesh cage
with multiple rows of bamboo. It's like it was a thick like it wasn't just like a wall of bars. It was like multiple layers of bars. It's so hard to see through. But yeah, no, the GCW one was fun, but yeah, every other one was also, not. So
also, I'm sure a very nice man, but also wasn't booked around the greatest wrestler in the world. Like not somebody who is known for putting a like 30-minute classic.
The
like
two
that
moves
did
of
not
doom.
help things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was sort of a match that was sort of set up to fail. Like you not only not getting a great like the reason Hell in a Cell worked and it's still there today is because you had Shawn Michaels in there, you had the Undertaker in there. You had people who can go.
That was a great call, man.
Like outside of the violence, had a great. Yeah, it's like, and you're setting the Great Khali up to failure. You're building a gimmick match around him, and like a match that usually like it's them spending a lot of money too to build that cage.
It needed infinitely more
And,
plunder to save it.
Yeah, like it exactly. Like it was one of those that like you could sort of understand like this could be cool, but like at the end of the day, they're like I'm actually because like Raj Desi or Modern Day Maharaja, he had one that was like a little better, but like WWE never quite nailed the booking for this. And again, like it'll instantly you've got to have a better product because you're automatically starting at a deficit with the live audience.
Yeah,
like you've got to,
and that's why
that will at least try to capture.
And that's why it gets its own tier.
Yeah, it was one of those that like it's like it is what it is, man. Like it was never going to be a great match. It was already starting at a deficit. But at least he has a friend with the blindfold match, which again,
I think
I agree
that's
with
a
your
good
thing. Like there's only a certain amount of people who can pull that off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an asterisk on the blindfold match, the same way it's an asterisk on the Punjabi prisons. Like there's a very, very, very short list of exceptions. It's mostly just awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
We made a tier list though. Hell yeah.
Recap real quick. Yeah, look at that. Always a classic. The no DQ, or sorry, the I Quit match, ladder match, casket match. Great underutilized. You got Anywhere Falls and Buried Alive. Fun but overused because it's like we did it because of WCW, like the On a Pool matches, the Hell in a Cell, and no DQ. The strap match, and Why Are We Doing This? And lumberjack match. Well, like specifically, we put the caveat of the 4-corner strap match. Like a dog collar match would go up because there have been some classics, especially recently with the dog.
Dog collar match would be always a classic.
Yeah, man, those like they wrestlers especially like take it as a challenge from like the history of that match to always try to one up it. But yes, and the final two in the Punjabi prison rank, we got the blindfold match and the Punjabi prison match.
Yeah.
Oh, boom and. There we
Caveat: we're not live for 12 hours today. We're not live for 12 hours.
No, we're not.
No. There's football to be watched today.
Yep. So, Mike, as we wrap up, what are you up to? What you can tell people you're doing right now? You're editing a lot of videos for like Wheezy Blonde, right?
Yeah, I'm editing a lot. I edit for Wheezy Blonde. I do some editing here at Love Wrestling. Do some, some freelance work for random folk here and there. If you'd like to hire me to edit some videos for you, reach out to me. Right here on like any social media platform. That's my handle for everything. Do some streaming on Twitch. I like to film at wrestling shows up at the ring apron and catch some very interesting angles of pro wrestling happening. So if you want to get me in a car and take me to a pro wrestling show and let me come up to your ring apron and film some shit, I'd like to do that.
Yep. As for me, you can follow me at CartSandyG on pretty much all socials. On Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter. And you can catch me back here next week. And please, for the love of God, I hope the Eagles win. They're like this team, especially. There are so many legitimately nice people on this team. Like, people rag on the Eagles fans, but like if you look like player to player, Jalen Hurts, all women management team, which he's like, he just sort of happened organically. You got Saquon Barkley, the nicest person in the world, who also happens to be the most talented football player in the world. Like, this team is, you got Jordan Mailata. The dude's like 6'8" and can sing like an angel. Who also was a rugby player, had never played a down of football when he was drafted to the NFL, and they signed him. So, like, the offensive line coach taught him how to be an offensive lineman. He was just a rugby player from Australia.
Hell yeah.
So, yes, if you need a team to cheer for, don't cheer for the Chiefs. They've got that racist hand thing they do. Don't do it. And
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're also, I'll go all, like, they're also Trump's favorite team. Well, I don't think he like, Patrick Mahomes is a Trump supporter. Let's be very clear. There's no way his wife and his mom both support that dude and he doesn't. Is all I'm saying.
Lawrence shoots on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, they are already waiting. Not even if they win, they just want to show up to the White House.
Oh my god.
But yes, if you're watching the game tonight, have fun, be responsible. I've got my Dr. Pepper pulled work in the slow cooker right now.
Ooh.
Smells real good. And yeah, I hope everyone has fun. If you're not watching the game, just watching wrestling, I hope you have a great weekend. We will see you back here, same time, same place next week. Have a good weekend, everybody.